Hello everyone and welcome back to 20 Names. Today I have 20 ancient Roman names. Not many were recorded, but the ones that were are still somewhat usable in these modern times. Roman names were derived from Latin and are similar to Greek names, which are also derived from Latin. So these names are often associated together. Many ancient Roman female names were variations of their male counterparts, for example, Claudius and Claudia, which both mean lame, by the way. They weren't known for having last names either, but instead second names. Just some fun facts about their naming traditions. But aside from all that, let's get started. The first name I have for you might be a common one, but it's beautiful nonetheless. The name is Cassia, C-A-S-S-I-A, an ultra-feminine name that is the feminine version of Cassius. This name could be used to honor a Cassidy or Cassandra. The next name I have for you is Valeria, V-A-L-E-R-I-A. This name means strength and is the feminized version of Valerian, which is also an amazing name. Next, I have the A name, Aurelia, which means golden, spelled A-U-R-E-L-I-A, feminized from Aurelius, which also means the same thing. I have another A name for you, and I'm wondering if it can be pronounced in different ways. Achaia, or at least it was specifically indicated to be pronounced that way. It is spelled A-C-H-A-E-A, but I also think it could easily be pronounced Achaia, which might be okay because it's so similar to names like Archaea or ones that have an A-E-A part to it. Whichever you choose, this name means Roman province, kind of like Arcadia. The next name seems to be part of an ever-evolving name. What I mean by this is there are constant evolving names that as they reach so many countries, they morph and are given a hint of that culture. For example, the name Helena is supposedly the original root of Elena and its various spellings. Elena, which is common in Argentina and other Hispanic countries, Helen, Ellen, and so on. So the actual name on this list is Caecilia, or Caecilia, spelled C-A-E-C-I-L-I-A, which the name Cecilia and its various spellings probably have derived from. Next, I have a similar name to Cecilia, or Caecilia. It is Caelia, C-A-E-L-I-A, meaning heaven, similar to the name Cielo, which means sky or ceiling in Spanish, or Ciel, which means heaven. Any names related to heavens are always on my favorites list, like Elysium, Valhalla, Haven, Evangeline, Celestia, and names like that. The next name I have is Maia, M-A-I-A. It means greater, so this would be a perfect sibling name to the boy named Maximus, which means large or the greatest. Maia and Maximus. The next name is Vita, V-I-T-A, similar to the Spanish word vida, spelled V-I-D-A, and these both mean life. This next name is such a cool and unique name, I think it's my favorite on this list. The name is Salacia, S-A-L-A-C-I-A. It's such an interesting name. It represents salt water. Mermaid name, maybe? This name can be used for a baby born by the sea, a sea-loving parent's baby, or maybe even to honor a Salvador in the family. It would also be a great sister name to the name Selah, Salacia and Selah. I love S names. The next name I have is Livia, L-I-V-I-A, and this means lioness. This name would go perfectly with the last name with a lion in their coat of arms. Now for boys' names. I'm sure everyone has heard the next one, Aurelius, A-U-R-E-L-I-U-S. I mentioned this earlier as the counterpart to Aurelia. Both names mean golden. Perhaps for a summer baby to represent the sun, or a golden-haired or skin-tone baby, or maybe just for a parent who loves the gold color. Next, I have possibly my favorite boy's name on this list, Caelus, spelled C-A-E-L-U-S, which is a Romanian word name for the heavens. This is a great fraternal twin name to Caelia, as they both have the same meaning. A similar sounding name to Caelus and other names like Cassius, Cassiel, and Caspian, I have the color name Caesius, C-A-E-S-I-U-S. This name means blue-gray. I love color names, especially this one, because as you can tell, blue-gray is my favorite. I think I should actually make a list just for color names. Be sure to let me know if you'd be into that. Back to the list, I have the name Gracian, Gratien, and it means grace. This is another interesting name. Perhaps it can be an alternate contender for those who like the names Grayson. Next is Jovian, Jovian. Jovian is related to Jupiter and was the name of a Roman emperor. I'm not sure if they're related, but this name sounds like the masculine version of the beautiful girlie named Jovelyn. Could be one of those evolutionary names. Next, I have the name Valens, Valens, which means strong, vigorous, and healthy, and matches perfectly with Valeria, Valens and Valeria. Next is the bold name Remus. Most definitely I had to input the names of the legendary founders of Rome on this list, which brings me to his brother Romulus. But first, Remus is spelled R-E-M-U-S, and Romulus is spelled R-O-M-U-L-U-S. These two are sometimes referred to as the Wolves of Rome, or are related to wolves in some way. Remus is great, but I personally prefer Romulus. Next, I have the perfect name for those lovers of trendy names like Oliver and Ollivander. The name is Silas, S-I-L-A-S, and it means forest. Because of the sound and the meaning, it has a tone of modernness, sort of hipster, nature-esque but not too popular kind of name that is sought after these days. The next name is as bold as the Romans were. It is Zeno, Z-E-N-O, and it means sky. I don't see this name being reached for very often, but maybe that's the kind of name you're looking for. Well, everyone, that's it for 20 names, Roman names. I'm really enjoying the cultural aspect of my videos lately. Other culture names I love are Basque, Hebrew, and Turkish names. Next week, I will possibly be doing a list of one of these categories. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have enjoyed. See you next week.
Più frai, coi penachini